remember the day I woke up and realized they called me just a teller, like I was some forgotten piece of furniture in the back of the bank, not someone who had dreams, ambition, a fire burning inside me that no one saw. I was only 25 then, fresh out of college, working long hours at a small branch in Queens, counting dollar bills and trying to keep my head above water. Every morning, I'd arrive before the sun rose, my hands trembling slightly as I sorted through deposits, my mind already racing with ideas of something bigger, something that could shake this place from its roots. But all I heard from the higher-ups, from the colleagues who looked down on me, was that I was just a teller, a face in the crowd, a stepping stone. I remember how sharp the sting was, how each dismissive word made me feel invisible, insignificant. Yet beneath that hurt, something fierce was growing. Deep inside, I knew I was destined for more. I hid my ambition behind a quiet smile, but I watched. I learned. I listened. I studied how the bank operated from the inside out, how the decisions were made, who held real power. I stayed late, poring over financial reports, learning every trick, every loophole. I knew if I wanted to climb, I'd have to do it differently, smarter, faster, colder. One night, after the branch closed and everyone had gone home, I stayed behind in the dim glow of the security lights. Pulling out my laptop, I'd secretly invested small sums of money in emerging markets, hidden accounts, and high-risk ventures no one suspected. I was building my empire piece by piece, silently, without anyone watching. When no one was looking, I bought the controlling shares of the branch I worked at, quietly consolidating power until I had more leverage than anyone could imagine. It wasn't just about money. It was about proving that I was more than just a teller, that I controlled my destiny. I finally bought the entire branch, and with that, I turned the tables. I restructured the bank from within, cut out the dead weight, leaned into innovative strategies that left my rivals in the dust. They scoffed at my rise, called me ruthless, said I was risking everything. But I knew the truth. The only thing standing between me and my future was the fear I'd let others define me. And I refused to be defined by their narrow visions. I remember the faces of those who once dismissed me, the managers, the colleagues, even my own family, when I stood at the top, not just as a senior executive, but as someone who rewrote her story with calculated moves and relentless drive. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter, because this is only the beginning, and I've learned that revenge, when done right, is the sweetest victory of all. So, if you want to see how I turned my silent ambition into unstoppable power, stay tuned, because I am just getting started.